while since we talked, maybe almost 2 weeks, actually. And I'll explain a little bit. So, pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable. I'll tell you a story started about a year ago, and something that only about 3 people here on YouTube know about. And it kind of came to a head a week and a half ago. 2006, I started noticing things that they weren't right. Early part of the year, like one morning I suddenly forgot all my zip codes. Every zip code I ever knew, just gone. Had to look them all up again. Another day I got in my car to go somewhere and had forgotten something, turned around, came back to my house, and the oddest thing, I pulled up in my driveway and didn't recognize my house. And I went in anyway, and the inside was totally familiar, but the outside was just like someone had just plopped a house down that I had never seen before. And these things started happening all around, pictures on the interstate, buildings in town, passageways within buildings, and were just like they had fallen out of my head. And I began to get concerned about it, because it began to get more and more frequent. Then one day, I was at a doctor's office seeing a nurse that I'd seen many times before. And I was walking back to her office with her, and I was with someone else, and we walked into the office, and I said, "Where's Linda?" And she looked at me with a baffled expression, and I realized it was Linda. In an instant, I realized this, and I tried to cover up, but I had forgotten what she looked like in the middle of the conversation with her. When this happened, I set an appointment with a neurologist, because something was obviously very wrong. But what was wrong? Was it Alzheimer's? Tumor? Something I ate? One of the meds I was taking? Lots of stuff to track down to check. So we started what ended up being 9 months worth of poking, prodding, zapping, irradiating, and doing everything in my head that you could possibly do. Test after test after test after test. And every time, nothing, nothing, nothing. Every test, nothing. Whether it was the EEGs or anything, nothing was showing up. And in the meantime, conditions getting worse. I'm riding down the highway and I forget green lights and stop in the middle of the road in rush hour traffic. That almost caused a gigantic accident. And it's getting worse. Finally, they scheduled me for this huge suite of tests. It takes like 6 hours. And I was guaranteed to find it. Tell you what it is, where it is. So I do it. And these tests, when you do them, they start generically, and as you take them, they focus in on where the problem is. And if they're working right, you end up, at the end of the process, pretty much unable to answer any of the questions that they're giving you because you're now working off of the broken area in your head. At the end of it, I was acting like a moronic idiot. I couldn't do anything they were asking me to do, so they absolutely focused in on it. And I left feeling wonderful. Like, they're going to get it. I am going to be able to fix this. It took them 2 months to work the results. So, Tuesday 2 weeks ago, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the medical college waiting to get the answer that I've been trying to get for 9 months. He says, well, we know where your problem is. He says it's in your facial memory. Now that's in the back of the head back here. It's the memory that, of course, recognizes faces. And they had a theory of what was causing it. But what they were certain on was this. There was no medication that was going to help it. And there was nothing I could do about it. Which was a blow. And then he looked down at the paper. He said, well, and he pointed to an IQ on there. And he said, well, your IQ's good. You're smart. And I looked down. And the IQ, I've always tested within 1 point on IQ tests my whole life. And that one was 20 points below. So this thing had sucked 20 points off my IQ in a year. So here I was, memory deteriorating, nothing they can do about it. 20 points off my IQ in a year, nothing they can do about it. God, I'm running it out in my head, a year, 2 years. Doesn't look good. Do the math, I'm about as upset as I could be. That's bad. That's bad. I mean, you can take the mood disorders and everything else, and that's bad. I go home, and that's when all the drama cuts loose. So, some friends suggest I maybe should pull off for a while. It doesn't take too much, because I don't have anyone left in my cells. I'm stuck. Now, the good side of this. There may be a little chance that we've found something that will put this into the realm of something that might be treatable. If so, that would be fantastic. That's the hope right now. That's all there is. The IQ thing, I don't have a clue. Maybe I should get tickets to pro wrestling next year. But anyhow, I'm back. I'll be catching up on all my subs, seeing what y'all have been up to. I'm looking forward to it. And slowly going through everything in my mail and everything else. And, I'll be seeing y'all. And that's why I haven't been here. Something like that lands in your lap. You just sit back. And it just takes you a while to get your feet again. Have a good one.